Hi, I'm Garrison.
Hi, I'm Jackson.
For our Parade of Dinosaurs project, we decided to make a movie on Ankylosaurs.
Enjoy!
Ankylosaurs were quadrupedal ornithischians, or bird-hipped dinosaurs, of the suborder Thyreophora, meaning armored or plated dinosaurs. The group was first named by archaeologist Barnum Brown in 1908 upon his discovery of fossils in the western United States. The term ankylosaur means fused lizard. The group is split into two main families, Nodosauridae and Ankylosauridae. Some geologists also recognize a third family, Polycanthidae, while others classify it as a subfamily of Ankylosauridae. The main difference between these two is that ankylosaurids had bony clubs at the end of their tails, and nodosaurids did not. The most well-known species in the group is Ankylosaurus magniventris.
The Ankylosaurs first appeared about 156 millions of years ago in the late Jurassic period. Ankylosaurs lived for about 91 million years. Fossils have been found mostly in Colorado, Wyoming, and Utah, as well as Europe, Asia, and Australia. Ankylosaurs were also the first dinosaurs discovered in Antarctica. Nodosaurs tended to live in more coastal areas, while Ankylosaurs lived in more inland habitats.
Ankylosaurs were relatively large dinosaurs with a wide, low body. They could be anywhere from 25 to 35 feet long and as wide as 6 feet, with a height of up to 7 feet. They often weighed 3 to 4 tons. This created somewhat of an awkward physical disposition, as few dinosaurs were wider than they were tall. The average footprint is roughly 40 to 50 centimeters wide, and the average stride covered between 1 to 2 meters. Ankylosaurs are known for their body armor on their entire upper surface from head to tail. This pavement of bony plates was fused to their skin everywhere except their underbelly. This armor could even extend to bony eyelids or scutes covering their cheeks.
Ankylosaurs use their low center of gravity and skin armor as a defense mechanism. Nodosaurs had an exceedingly powerful shoulder region and faced its opponents in an aggressive frontal defense. Ankylosaurs had a powerful tail with a club at the end, and often had powerful spikes running down the side. This tail was flexible at the base, with the rear half stiffened by tendons and modified vertebrae. In defense, Ankylosaurs planted their hind limbs and rotated their front side, forcefully swinging their tail from side to side toward their opponent. In last resort, both Ankylosaurs and Nodosaurs would simply hunker down low to the ground, similar to a turtle retreating to its shell. Imagine trying to attack a 4-ton turtle. It would be practically impossible to move. For this reason, Ankylosaurs have been referred to as the best defended fortresses of the Mesozoic era.
Scientists have also concluded that ankylosaurs may have blushed, so that their armor had a pink tint, as a result of infusion of blood under their armor. Vascular grooves covering most of the armor indicate that a rich supply of blood was present. Ankylosaurs were herbivorous dinosaurs, foraging for plants no more than a meter above the ground. It is believed that nodosaurs were selective browsers. They had narrow beaks, perhaps indicating a selective method of feeding, plucking or biting particular kinds of fruit and foliage. Ankylosaurs had more broad beaks, implying a less selective method of feeding. They would graze for plant parts, biting off of the bush or pulling from the ground. Ankylosaurs were reasonably adept chewers, as evident from their large, strong jawbones. Fossil findings indicate small triangular teeth with wear marks, indicative of grinding their food. They also had a long, flexible tongue used to push and roll a wad of vegetation around in the mouth while chewing. Large hyoid bones at the top of the throat supported the tongue. An extensive secondary palate allowed ankylosaurs to chew and breathe at the same time, while deeply inset tooth rows and their well-developed cheeks kept food from falling out. A large, deep rib cage and an expanded abdominal region with wide hips meant that ankylosaurs had very large stomachs, indicating that their digestion took place in highly differentiated fermentation compartments. Their stomachs and intestines could decompose even the toughest woody plant material. This method of digestion, similar to that of cows, meant that ankylosaurs often expelled a substantial amount of gas. The end.